Let's talk about my experience with these UGC platforms. I have signed up with several platforms, 5 to be exact, which I've heard is probably too many. I signed up with Coley, Breakaway, Billa, which I still need to finish my pitch. I just recently signed up with Vidsy, and I also signed up with Incense. And so far, from my experience, it has not been good. I have not got one job. And the thing that is really kind of frustrating is that, like, I think it's Breakaway and Coley. Off the top of my head, mainly those are the two that I can think of that don't give you any type of feedback. Like, when the companies reject your application, you get nothing. They just disappear from your list of applications that you've applied for. So you don't even know, like, why. You don't know anything. There's no feedback, nothing like that. And I think that that's very, like, discouraging and daunting for someone like me who's just trying to get into UGC to not know why I'm not being accepted. I've also experienced that some of these platforms, some of the companies that use these platforms can have kind of a biased view of, like, who they want to represent their company, which I get it. But it's very unfair and it makes it a lot harder. So when I first started, like, looking into UGC and, like, being, like, kind of curious about it, I signed up for a platform, and I'm sorry, I do not remember which one it was. I cannot remember for the life of me because there's so many of them. And on this platform, once I signed up and I started looking at campaigns, I noticed that they were putting their preference of, like, the type of person that they were looking for their campaigns. And they would put Caucasian, female. And I'm just saying this and mentioning this because this is a hurdle that I have to climb and women who look like me have to climb, with not only being over 40, being an older content creator, but also being a Black woman. So, not trying to pull the race card, but I'm just saying the reality of what I'm experiencing in my journey to start my UGC career. I'm seeing these things and I'm like, what do I do about that? Do I give up? Do I keep going? I keep going. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to see how this works out. I signed up with those platforms. I apply to probably about, 5 to 10 jobs throughout the week. I'm going into my second week of doing this UGC experiment. So I'm going to talk more about this in my next video when I talk about kind of what I've been doing in the second week or what I plan on doing in the second week. I did get some requests to apply, but those were actually things I wasn't interested in. Like the reimbursement thing, I'm not interested in that. And I like I said, I'm here for the money. I really don't want to do like the commission type thing because I do that on TikTok. And to be honest, if this is going to be outside of TikTok, I want it to be outside of that boundary. So I'm not really interested in that. But I know that we have to start somewhere. And at the same time, I'm using my TikTok to show what I'm able to do, to show how I'm able to represent products and services. So I don't feel like I would need to do that to an extent, but I don't know. I'm just learning. I'm just, seeing how things go. I'm not saying that I'm above any of that. So we'll just see. If you're like me and you're over 40, you're trying to break through into content creation as far as UGC is concerned, follow along. And I'm going to be sharing my experience and let me know how your experience is going so far. I would love to hear it.